All right, so welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach DuWayne Campbell, track and field coach, specializing in the sprints, hurdles, and jumps. And today we're going to be doing a tutorial on the dribble series. The dribbles are a specialized sprint drill aimed at teaching athletes the proper sprint mechanics or proper frontside sprint mechanics for max velocity sprinting. This is one of my favorite sprint drills because it can be, once the athlete has been taught how to do it properly, they can practice it anywhere. They don't need a lot of space. And they can practice it in different variations that will help to teach them how to run fast and relax and step down from above the knee. All right. So the very first variation that I'm going to teach is walking. In dribbles, there are two possible shapes that you can make. One is an oval shape and the other is a circular shape. All the athletes that I teach them first how to do the oval shape. And exactly what it is that you're going to draw a circle with your foot in front of your body. And as best as you can, you're going to draw a perfect circle. So usually start off with standing and you just put the hands on the hip like this, and you're going to draw a circle with in front of the ankle, right? Some track coaches call this ankling, and some call it dribbles, ankle dribbles. So what we're doing is just basically drawing a circle here in front of the ankle with the toes off the ground. And you draw as perfect as a circle as you can perceive, or as perfect a circle as you think you can. Right on the spot like that. The next progression from that is to perform the drill moving forward. All right, so hands on the hip, and we're just drawing a circle. And each time we step, we're just supposed to move forward by a couple of inches. Because if you make a perfect circle, then the foot is supposed to come back almost right underneath you. All right, so each step just brings you a little bit forward. Now, I always encourage athletes, if you're at home and you have a smartphone or a tablet, just put it somewhere in the corner of a room or, prop it up against something and actually practice dribbling on the spot, just walking on the spot, trying to draw that circle, record it, look back at it, and see how well you've performed it, and if there's anything that you want to correct between the right and the left leg, correcting any asymmetries. So it can be done indoors, just trying to feel yourself do that circle, walking forward on the spot first, and then walking forward, and you can basically get instant feedback about how well you're performing the drill. So that is the ankle dribble. The progression from that is to involve the arms. So move from hands on the hip to basically stepping over the ankle, but we are now involving the arms. And you can see all the time, I'm keeping my toes off the ground. It's a completely front side movement. So I'm not picking my foot up behind and then stepping forward. I'm basically keeping all the movement in front of my body like this. From there, we progress to a shin dribble, which is now we move from stepping over the ankle to stepping over an imaginary line in the middle of the shin here. So we go practicing on the spot first. And then we practice moving forward with it. Common errors that athletes may commit. One is sticking the foot out in front and then stepping. What we want to do is just maintain that tight circular action of the feet. All right, so don't want the foot kicking out and then stepping forward. We want to maintain that circle so that we end up bringing the foot right back close to the center of gravity here. All right. Another common error that I've seen a lot of athletes commit is to step too low or too high. And this is the other reason why I always encourage athletes to record yourself doing the drills. All right, record yourself doing the drills so that you can see the errors that you're making and get some instant feedback, especially if there's no coach around. All right, so we don't want to turn our shin dribbles into ankle dribbles because we're getting lazy, or we're feeling a little bit fatigued that day, or we're not feeling it that day, and then we're starting to have one version of the drill becoming too much like the other because they emphasize different phases in the run. All right. From there, we progress to knee dribbles, where we are stepping over an imaginary line right below the patella, right here, right below what we in Jamaica we call it the kneecap. So we're going high knee, step over and down, 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 down. All right. I want to emphasize though, guys, that this is not about a pawing action, meaning it's not about pawing the ground as much as emphasizing force into the ground, pulling this knee up high, and then stepping directly down like this. So it's not about scratching the ground with your foot or with the ball of the foot or anything like that. That's an old sprint technique or old sprint cue that was given by coaches, sprint coaches in previous years. From there, we move from walking. All right, so you might maybe want to spend about a week and a half or 2 weeks practicing walking dribbles at home, and you move from there to jogging. And this is what the jogging dribble looks like. All right. That's my that's my best effort at demonstrating the drill. But you can see what it is I'm trying to make that tight circle while just moving forward slowly. All right. Common errors that I've seen athletes do. You give them 10 meters or 20 meters worth of drills, and they try to get from the start line to the end as fast as they can. Really what you want is as much practice as possible. So if you start off with 10 meters worth of dribbles, jogging, you go in your ankle dribbles, try and get the rotation, the circular rotation of the feet in front of your body without moving from the start point to the end point too quickly, because that's going to shorten the amount of practice that you're getting cycling the legs in the correct format. Moving from there, we move to jogging over. So that was ankle dribbles, jogging. Then we go to shin dribbles, jogging. So we start off just the same way, toes off the track, and we go all right. For the most part, we want it to be flat foot contacts. We don't want to be up here. We want flat foot contacts and just stepping over and down and bringing that cycle back underneath you. Just before the leg touches the ground, it should pull back underneath you. And then we have the knee dribbles, right, at jogging pace. And it's pretty much the same format, guys. So it's pretty much the same format. Hips tall, cycling the knee here, and it comes back down underneath you. Just going at a faster pace, meaning we're going at what would be a slow jogging pace from point A to point B. But we want to practice the dribbles first, walking, cycle. When we get to jogging pace, we want these quick turnovers. All right, quick turnovers of the legs as we move forward at jogging pace. All right, some points to note. Dribbles can be combined in a lot of different ways and with a lot of different drills. I like to combine dribbles with bleeds, meaning dribble bleeds, where we do one format of the dribbles and we go to a technical run. I also like combining different phases of the dribble. So sometimes there's points in the season where I'll go ankle dribble, and then they'll transition into a shin dribble, or shin dribble to dribbling over the knees. Sometimes I will go from a dribble to another type of drill. For example, something else that emphasizes that frontside mechanics like speed bounding, or high knee, quick high knees to dribbles, and combine it to try and challenge the athlete's coordination as much as possible. All right, so I'm gonna put some sample drill combinations in the description of the video, and you can try them out. Comment on this video if you found this useful, so I can know if I'm to make more videos like this, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so we can continue to grow.